Alright, how's it going, guys? Jason here. Out today at the LZ, one of the practice fields. And I got my hands on the new Clash Vanilla. A lot of people have been talking about this disc. 11.6 neg 2.1, so it's in that like hyzer flip kind of category, or the little bit of neutral to understable that have become pretty popular from what I've seen. I also got the Paradigm, which is very similar numbers. From what I've experienced, it's a little bit different in flight path. And I also got the disc that I normally compare these discs to, or what fill in my bag. So I have the Jet 11.5 neg 3.2, a Honey that is also a very popular disc, but it's a 12 speed. I have my beat up DD1 out of my bag, and then I have a pair of Waves. I have one in neutron and one in plasma, just to give them all the comparison to. I know these are discs that are often recommended to that newer to kind of where I'm at in that like higher MA level discs and group. So we'll give them a little try today. It's hot. If I'm sweaty, that's kind of why. It's 105 degrees out in southern Alabama. But here I got this first soccer goal. I measured it a little bit earlier. It's about 380, 350 feet away, and then which is kind of my max distance. So we'll see how these fly at my max power. A little bit of a headwind shouldn't really affect too much. I might have to release them on a little bit of hyzer so they don't just flip over and go to the ground. But let's give these all a try. Here I have the Vanilla. It's in the Clash Steady plastic, which is probably one of the best feeling plastics in the hand. I only have a couple throws of this thing so far. It flies very similar to like my Horizon D1s actually. So I'm going to release it kind of flat, maybe micro Annie, and just see how she does. Yeah, flies almost identical to that Horizon DD1. Uh, numbers lie. So, but that's both. All the times I've thrown it, I felt very similar to like that brand new Horizon VD1 feel. I got the new Lux Paradigms. Loving these things. They feel really good in the hand. This Lux plastic is probably my favorite plastic from Discmania, except for maybe some of the new S-Line stuff. But they feel great. This is supposed to be a neutral disc. We'll see how it flies. I'll just kind of release it a little bit flat, see how it goes. Oh, what a great flight. Nice little S-turn. And it's good in the soccer goal. That's great flying disc. I released it flat, maybe just a touch Annie. Got that really straight flight, that nice little S-turn, and about 380 feet. Fantastic. And now I got the two Waves. I'll just throw these two back to back. 11.5 neg 2.2. Like probably one of the number one recommended discs to newer people. Just awesome. And some of these plasma discs can look absolutely awesome. Some of them can also look exactly like the ground, so they're probably one of the more lost discs out there as well. But from what I know about MVP, this one will be a little bit more stable than this one. I'll start out with the neutron. A little bit early release, but laser straight, about 330-ish. I didn't get any really height on it, so I'll try a little bit better on this one. There we go. Oh, what a flight. Big S-turn, and that's actually past, so that's probably pretty close to that 400 mark, but great S-turn, easy flight disc. Don't feel like I have to put a ton of effort into it. Now I'll throw my DD1. I love the DD1. It's what's in my bag. I mainly throw Discmania. I have a little sprinkling of some others in there. But once this disc beat up, it's great for this slot. You can kind of throw it on a little bit of Annie and it'll just kind of hold it for a while and then flex out at the end. There's that little bit of Annie, and as you see, it just flips to flat. That's a pretty good bomb too. Probably in that high 3 range. We'll see. Love that disc. And now the Honey. Same thing with all Clash discs. This plastic is probably some of the best. But this is kind of the step up from the Vanilla, I would think. A little bit harder to control the angle in comparison to the Vanilla or that little bit slower disc. Way bigger S bomb, but as far as controlling that thing down to like a smaller fairway, that wants to have that big S turn versus a lot of the 11 speeds like to be like laser or that very small S turn. So we'll go down and see how they all went. And the Jet, I love the Jet. Streamlines 11.5 or 11.6, neg 3.2. This disc was actually the first disc that taught me how to do big turnovers, or any turnover for that matter, so it kind of unlocked that new throw for me. It comes in and out of the bag depending if I'm in a course that requires that big turnover or just a flippy disc. So I haven't thrown this one. This one's a bit domier than the one I normally carry in my bag, so we'll see how it goes. I'll release this kind of on hyzer, knowing that it's going to flip and be a little bit flippy over disc. And there it goes. Oh my god. Great hyzer flip. Got that, still a pretty good S out of it. Just easy distance with that disc. It's a lot of fun to throw the Jet, learn those new angles. Just if you haven't learned how to hyzer flip a disc, I'd definitely recommend a Jet. So down here at the soccer goal, got the Paradigm at about 350. That's one of the waves of the Neutron Wave and the Vanilla. They're both about 330, but nice grouping right here next to the soccer goal. I have another wave, the Jet DD1. Those are all about that 350 range. And then the Honey, which is out here, was actually a little bit closer to 400. But all these just flew very well. As you can see that, with the 12 speed, that little bit faster disc requiring that bigger S. But I'd recommend probably all these discs to that, beginner who's just getting into the drivers, or that, medium level player. Great. Like I said, the Jet and a couple of these other ones are great beginner discs if you haven't learned how to do like hyzer flips or that big turnover that you see a lot of people do. Great disc for that.